Yo, what up, man?
Doobie, what it do, bro? Chilling, man. You good?
I'm just sitting here chilling, man.
Yeah, man. So I was just hitting you up, dog, because I had a couple of things that I wanted to run by you real quick. So I think it's time for us to do an update to Peculiar Sounds.
Word, let's go.
Yeah, man, it's about time, bro. It's been a couple of years, man. We did this in like 22,
Word.
so it's time to update.
Man, what you thinking?
I'm thinking of a couple of things. I think it's about time that we add in a few big features that they've been asking for.
Yeah, simple. So, I mean, like, where you trying to go with it?
As producers and musicians. Over the years, we've done many things, created masterclasses, loop packs, templates, and more, like Pro Drums, Juice, Guide Track, and Loop Track have all been very impactful, but none more so than Peculiar Sounds. 2 years ago, we teamed up with the legendary Doobie Powell to encapsulate his iconic sounds into a revolutionary plugin. We had no idea that it would impact the community as it did. From the moment we launched it in 2022, the feedback was incredible. We've received amazing feedback from both seasoned professionals, producers, musicians, and even regular bedroom producers. They've shared their experiences and praised Peculiar Sounds for its impact on their music. From multi-platinum R&B producers like Troy Taylor, who said, "To every R&B, gospel, well producer period, you need to get the Peculiar Sounds VST by my little bro Doobie Powell. Some nostalgic pads, bells, keys, and bass sounds. I promise you will be hooked." Or award-winning gospel producer Sean Keys, who says, "This joint is crazy. The sounds are truly inspirational from the start. I'm getting so many dope ideas just from playing these sounds. Doobie and gospel producers really knocked it out the park with this one." Or even the CEO of Shed Tracks, who told us, "This will change the way I produce music. This is a game changer for life. The sounds are incredible, and I'll definitely be using these sounds on my Shed Tracks." Since its inception, you've asked us for enhancements, and today we're taking it to the next level. And I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2.
Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you. Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you.
This is Peculiar Sounds V2. Now with standalone mode, so it can run independently from any DAW like Ableton, Studio One, Pro Tools, or Logic. Amazing layering capabilities. 2 brand new effects that we're going to delve into today, and a game-changing arpeggiator. Plus, V2 now includes our Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches, along with hundreds of chord, melody, and drum loop MIDI files. Peculiar Sounds V2 is more powerful than ever. So let's start with standalone mode. With this feature, you can use Peculiar Sounds V2 without any DAW. This gives you the flexibility to create and perform anywhere, anytime. It's perfect for live performances, on-the-go production, church services, weddings, funeral, any type of live performance. Peculiar Sounds V2 has got you covered. And to tell you more about it, today I'm bringing in my friend, my brother, Kel Bailey, an amazing content creator, to tell you more about it.
Today we're going to be checking out something special by Gospel Producers. They just released their new version of Peculiar Sounds version 2. Hey, and check this out. It is standalone as well. That is a huge improvement. But before we get too far into the plugin, we need to first pull it up. So let's check this out. When it actually loads up, check out this screen. It actually loads up like an actual keyboard. That's such a small, minute detail, but that just makes the product feel fresh the way it loads up. I don't know, you know? So the goal of V2 is to actually feel like a workstation. It's supposed to feel like a keyboard. So instead of actually having a keyboard, if all you have is a MIDI board in Peculiar Sounds V2, there should be enough power and enough sauce to give you what you need on this gig. So if I'm playing on a church gig and I want to pull up keys and I want to pull up ballad piano, I got it all right here, you know? Fifth pad. That's deep right there. One of the unique things that I want to highlight in V2 that's different from V1 is the middle of the screen right here, right? So the middle of the screen, we have all of our sounds right here, but it's so much easier to find sounds in V2 because everything is right here on the screen. But I'm going to show you what I really like about V2 is if I pull up a keys patch right here and I select the keys patch, it tells me what the sound is that I'm playing right here. And everything is right here in the middle of the screen. I don't have to toggle through a lot of columns to find the sound that I'm looking for. I can just go up and down. Or if I want to switch the sound that I'm in, I can click on synth leads and it's all right there. So the new menu option and the way that you choose sounds is very, very important and it's cool, you know? So for the sake of it, since we're here, let's pull up version 1 of Peculiar Sounds and let's see what the differences are between V1 and V2, you know? So, I mean, automatically off the rip, you know, V2 looks better to me. You have a layer control over here that's different. You know, your envelopes, you have more access to your envelopes over here. You have layer 1 and you have layer 2. So V2 is just a complete upgrade from V1. Here's another feature that I really love about Peculiar Sounds V2. Check this out. So we have classic mode, right? Classic mode looks sleek. It looks really, really good, but check this out. Boom. We got dark mode as well. So dark mode, I mean, it doesn't change anything with the sound or anything, but just the look and the feel of it. Being able to have the option to choose between classic and dark mode really means a lot to me. What that tells me is they were thinking about the user experience. So if I want to work in dark mode, if I feel like I'm more inspired by dark mode, I can choose. You know, the power of choice is really important to me, you know? All right, so let's check out some of the sounds. This is my favorite part right here, the sounds. What do the sounds sound like? I pulled up a sound earlier when I was testing out this product. It's called Caribbean. Let's search it right here. So we got a nice little search bar right here. I typed in car and we see Caribbean Glide pops up. That's what I was looking for. This is the sound I played earlier and this sound sounds so good, right? So let's check it out. That's a vibe right there. Game over. Game over. All right, so we have a layer control over here as well. When we click on layer right here, we see all of these sounds pop up. Again, making it super easy to find sounds. When I'm creating music, the last thing I want to do is have a confusing workflow and not be able to find the sounds that I'm looking for. Having this layer option right here makes it super, super easy to find sounds. So I can find sounds in the middle of the screen, up here, or I can come over to the layer control and figure out which sounds I want to toggle to. So you have layer 1. You can pick a pad on layer 1, and then on layer 2 we have a string pad selected. So if I want to combine two sounds together, I can do that. Let's see what air pad and string pad together sound like. give it a little bit more volume. Hey. Hey, this is really, really crazy. One of the things that is really, really cool, as I mentioned at the top of the video, is V2 is standalone. So you guys that play in church and you guys that, you know, do wedding gigs, if you want to have peculiar sounds on your wedding gig, or if you want to use it in church, it's standalone now. So what that means is you don't necessarily have to pull up Logic or Ableton or Studio One in order to use these sounds. That means you can just open up the application and use it like this. Here's another one of my favorite sounds right here. It's called Super Arp. Hey, that's crazy right there. When I tell you my productions are going to be so much better because of these sounds, you guys don't understand. Sounds like no other. Hey. Whoa. 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 And time. Whoa. Hey, I can mess around with this plugin all day long. Again, this is standalone. So if you want to use Peculiar Sounds of V2 on a gig, you can do that. So I want you guys to click the link below and check out Peculiar Sounds V2. You're going to be seeing me use this product a lot more on some of the courses I have coming up, and even on some of my gospel breakdown stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking this out. That's all we got for today. We are out.
We'll call this one G-Synth Mute. Saw.
Mild, soft.
Like saw brass. I'm gonna call this one Herbie Love because it sounds like a Herbie lead. Ground Round. This is called Ground Round.
No, that's me, sorry.
Had the round.
The round.
Yeah.
Round. But
Yeah.
you named after the restaurant, though.
Yeah.
Why did it make you think about the restaurant?
Because the round, and then,
What they serve at Ground Round?
oh, they serve everything. A lot of people think layering is just mashing two sounds together and playing those two sounds at once.
Yeah.
But to make the layering thicker, I replay the same chords separately. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then what makes it unique is there might be a note that I didn't play in the rows that's in the pad. and the strings, they all playing pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But because I'm actually playing each sound versus one at once.
Yeah. Instead of laying them together, you playing the same thing.
So I think in making the layers, there has to be some uniqueness to each sound if we're going to do a layer that's playing all at the same time. So I just told y'all Doobie Powell's secret. That's what makes it seem like it's so much happening.
Yeah.
Because now I'm playing a chord over here that I'm playing over here, but I might have added 2 or 3 different other notes, which make it seem like something else is happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you add something in the center that's playing the same thing, but it's like a slight difference. I keep driving it home with other layers. So if there was a way to do more than one layer on a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On a patch versus just a rose and a pad.
Next, let's talk about layering. We worked hard on this feature and we thought deeply about its functionality. And it has now become the core where all the action is in V2. You can layer up to 2 sounds to create complex, rich textures. And we brought in Doobie to sample and create hundreds of new patches for V2 that we know that you're gonna be blown away by. Whether you're looking to blend subtle nuances or create entirely new sounds, the layering capabilities inside of V2 will transform your production process. And to tell you more about layering, I'm bringing in another one of my great friends and brothers, Daquan Bowens.
The most requested feature, and also my favorite feature, is the layering control. So we have the ability to layer 2 sounds. I have 2 keyboards set up. You can put both sounds on different keyboards, which is cool. You can split the sounds, and we'll get into that. But over here on the right, we have the on and off button. So for layer 1, I have a Rhodes, right? And you can adjust the sounds by clicking on that window, and you see all the sounds that are available, right? We have the volume, okay? And then for layer 2, we do the same thing. We have the on and off button, and then I have a pad, and I can adjust the volume as well. And I can also click the window and change the sound. So very straightforward, all from one window. So if I want to go more in depth with my layering and setting it up, I just hit the layer mixer right here. Yep. And on the top half, excuse me, I have layer 1, all of the features and parameters for that. And the same thing is for layer 2 below. So over here on the left, we have the volume control. Okay. We have pan. Okay. We have the width. And then we have the effects send. Okay, and then we have the MIDI channel. We are on MIDI channel 1. We have the glide for the Rhodes. It's cool. And then we have the time. Nice. All right, we turn that off. We have the low pass filter. Let me turn off the strings, the pad. Then we have the high pass filter as well. We can adjust the polyphony. Nice. Then we have the legato. And then the split zone, we'll discuss that a little bit later. And then also we can adjust the sounds from this window as well. We have the transpose, bring it up 12 or 6, excuse me. Right. There we go. So in the button right here, we can turn off the layer as well. Very convenient. And then we have the same thing for the lower layer. We can adjust the low pass filter for the pad. That's nice. So I have 2 MIDI boards. You hear or you see that nothing is happening on my Novation. So my Novation is on MIDI channel 2. And what I can do is go down here to layer 2. I can change this to layer 2. And then now the Rhodes is on my Fesley keyboard. And then the pad is on my Novation. So with one keyboard, not one keyboard, but one VST, I can control 2 keyboards. That's nice. You know, for me, I like things to be simple. And if I can just have one plug-in that can control everything, I'm good. So that's nice. The independent control is really cool. Nice. We have the split zone. So I can have my low note to be at a certain place. All right, so my high note is C. Right here, let me bring it down to B. So what I want to do is make the Rhodes the lower octave, and then strings the higher octave. So now I set this up, right? Now my lower octave, I have the Rhodes, then I have the strings on the higher octave. So that's cool. The layering section is very straightforward. So now let's do the arpeggio. So I want to change the sound. Actually, I'm going to keep it the way it is. So I'm going to turn up the volume for the pad. I'm going to go back to the MIDI channel. We're going to make it MIDI 1. So everything is on the same channel. And what we're going to do is arpeggiate the Rhodes. So I'm going to bring that cutoff for the low pass filter on the pad, bring that down a little bit. It's too harsh for me. Now we're going to go down here to, I forgot to go over this section, but you know, all of these effects are independent for each layer. All right, so arpeggio, let's do this. So let's turn on arpeggio 1. Bring those up. So right now it's up. I like to do random. Bring that speed up. Maybe 3 or 4 octaves. Let it move around that. That low pass filter a little bit. That high pass. So all those low notes ain't in there. Want it to be color. All right. So now what I'm going to do is go to the sends. Now for layer 1, since that's my Rhodes, and I want that to be the color. All right. Or I want the effects to be on layer 1 only. So we're going to turn the mix up. Turn that sync button on. You hear that? So now I'm going to turn on the reverb for layer 1, and we're going to make this wet knob. We're just going to turn it hard right. I love reverb. Increase the size. Yeah, bring the octave down on my keyboard. Heavenly. Yeah, that layer feature, it's the goal.
Next, I want to talk about our arpeggiator. This is a new powerful tool that we've added that lets you create intricate, evolving patterns with ease, adding dynamic movement and complexity to any sound that you add it to. Whether you're crafting melodies, bass lines, or rhythmic textures, the arpeggiator will inspire you to elevate your music production. I recorded a special segment for you to highlight this game-changing new feature. Let's check it out. I have a patch that I really love that I want to show you guys that I love to use with it that we created. It's called Caribbean Glide. Really, really dope patch. But it's a really simple arpeggiator, nothing really, really crazy. So like, let's just show what the arpeggiator is doing. So if I come and let's just gonna mute this layer right here, this pad layer, and we'll go back in here. So you can change the speed of it. Of course, I wanted to go faster. Really crazy, right? Or just maybe something simple. You know what I'm saying? Or we can change the octaves that it moves across. We can change the direction, maybe up, down. Or even like chords. You know what I'm saying? So that allows you to kind of play it polyphonically. Right? But what I really love is like the shuffle feature. So if I turn it all the way down, then you just got a straight kind of thing. But if I shuffle it, I think that's really, really cool and one of my favorite features of the arpeggiator. Then you can also use like latch or whatever to turn it on. So you get like, you can play it, you know, and it'll work without you having to actually hold down the key, which is a really, really dope feature. Now that you know that Peculiar Sounds is standalone and you can layer in it, now we want to bring it a little bit closer to home. I brought in my friend Sheridan Williams in order to show you how you can use Peculiar Sounds V2 at our favorite place here at Gospel Producers, the church.
This joint is crazy. You hear me? This joint is crazy. It has some crazy sounds. I mean, yeah, the guys at Gospel Producers put in their best work. Shout out to them. I mean, yeah, again, some of the stuff that we've been asking for, they've added. I mean, if you look at the screen, they have layer 1 and layer 2. You can select your layer control right here, which sound you want on which one. I have the one pad on the bottom one, and I have the funk pad on the top one. So we're going to listen to how that sounds here in a minute. And then you can go to your layer mixer, the layer mixer. And you can adjust the glide. You can adjust, look at all those parameters. I'm not going to go through all those parameters because I want you to get this plug in so that you can check it out yourself. This is crazy. You can transpose. Now, I mean, you know, some of y'all transpose, we've had that whole argument online. I mean, you do what you do. You don't what you don't. It is what it is. I'm not here to have that argument. But just imagine if you want to play a fifth. So then you transpose one of the layers to play your fifth for you so that you can make some crazy sounds. We're going to do a deep dive, not on this video, but we're going to do a deep dive into this plugin so that I can show you guys the capability of this joint. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so I have the Nord on layer 1, the System 8 on layer 2. So you go in your settings and you find MIDI channel 2, put it on one keyboard, MIDI channel 1, put it on the other keyboard that you want to be dominant. I normally do MIDI channel 1 on the bottom, MIDI channel 2 on the top, just so that I can have either key bass, lead, or some sort of sound that I'm not going to be consistently playing if I have a consistent sound on layer 1. And they make it easy over at Gospel Producers. So I'll go back to the beginning page. We'll close this. We'll hit Layer Mixer. Layer Mixer is where you're going to make all your adjustments to each of your layers individually. Okay. So what we're going to do here is on this MIDI channel for layer 2, I'm going to change that to MIDI channel 2. Now you can do anything 1 through 16. You can make it a double 1 and just have a layer on just one keyboard. That's crazy. That ain't what we here for. You know, we like to make things complicated. We like to dig in and do, you know, just a little bit more. So we got channel 1 on layer 1. We have channel 2 on layer 2. Channel 2, channel 1. All right. So I have a pad here and another pad here. Now, the thing about this pad is it can kind of double as a lead, right? But I'm going to put a little glide on this pad as this pad is a little bit more present and it bites a little bit more. So we're gonna turn that glide on right here. That's where you turn the glide on. All right. Almost got lost in that. I mean, I'm just saying that glide is crazy. But you see how I was playing this, and this was uninterrupted. Now, to my defense, I think it's important to note that for each keyboard, I do have them on separate sustain. So I have a sustain pedal plugged into this keyboard. I have a sustain pedal that's separate plugged into this keyboard. So it's going to function differently. It's going to function separately. It's not going to be the same thing, but you can do a lot of crazy stuff with this plugin.
Next in Peculiar Sounds, I want to talk about effects. We added in 2 brand new innovative effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. These tools will meet the needs of the most creative of producers, especially those in the lo-fi community. The Lo-Fizer helps you to create instant lo-fi vibes with the touch of a button and the turn of a knob. We even added in that very special record noise that everybody knows and loves. And the Mod Filter is a very special filter freak that will add movement and flow to any sound you add it to. These effects give you more control and creativity in shaping your sound. And to tell you a little bit more about these new effects, I'm bringing in the Lo-Fi King, one of my friends and my brothers from out in Cali by way of Sacramento, Marcus Murray.
The thing I really wanted to highlight is Lo-Fizer. Check it out here. We're in layer 2. We're going to click the layer mix here, and then we're going to go down to layer 2, right, which is just a piano. Let me go out for a second, solo that. So it's just a piano. So it's a cool piano, very dry, and just, you know, we want to dirty this up. It's very clean. And if we're doing something more lo-fi, we're going to want to dirty it up. So let's go back to the layer 2 effects. All right, so we're going to want to click here on the master effects, and then boom. So I want you to check out this this lo-fi button here. It's really going to give it some vintage sound. Take off some of the high pass, really accentuate the lows. And then if you wanted to thin it out even more, you could thin it out. You could really thin it out. I do like it more on the warm side. So I like that feature. And then you could also add, this is to me the dopest feature, and the best way to dirty it up is with vinyl. You can really manipulate the intensity, you know, turn it up. You know, as much as you want, and it sustains. It sustains with your chords or with your sustain pedal. So another effect that I really like, especially when you're looking for some simple expression, which is a lot of times what you're going for when you're doing lo-fi production. So you already got the world famous mellow glide pad that I use under all my joints, right? So the glide is there, that adds some character. But what I also like is this new filter mod. Now we could turn this joint up. You see what I'm saying? You can really add that side chain effect, which I think is something that's underrated, is the side chain or the pump effect. This is instant vibes. You can change the speed. You can change the speed, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the vibe possibilities are really endless with this plugin, which is why I really love the additions that were made. So that was just a little bit of the Lo-Fizer, a new feature in Peculiar Sounds VST Volume 2. It's perfect for folks that really are into, you know, dirtying up their sound, creating that vintage sound. So shout out to the team for really adding these features in this VST. It's really going to be a one-stop shop for anybody that loves to do lo-fi or just kind of boom bap styles of production. So peace, man.
Thanks, Mark, for that amazing demo. As you can see, the Lo-Fizer and Mod Filter are truly game-changing new effects that we've added. But now I want to delve a little deeper into the Mod Filter. So I prepared a special segment for you that will really highlight its full capabilities. Let's check it out. So this patch is called Funky Shaka. I really love it. Woo! 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 So let me show you what's going on under the hood. So we go back into the layer mixer here, go to mod effects. Look at that, look at filter mod work. So it's literally a filter effect. So I can change how fast I want it. Maybe I want it slower. Now, of course, it syncs to the BPM, right? Maybe we want for it to be like kind of this. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we want it to affect a lower frequency. Maybe we want more dramatic. Yeah. That is so crazy to me. Maybe you want to try a different kind of pass, like maybe like a low pass, right? Instead of it going down and cutting off all the highs, let's make it do the opposite and cut low. Nuts, bro. That's so crazy. But you can also do like something like maybe a band pass or what have you, or like a not, or like something like a band pass or something like that, or a notch. It can get as crazy as you want for it to get. I really love this effect, and I think it's my favorite effect in Peculiar Sounds now. I be trying to put it on everything now, you know what I'm saying? So I really like the high pass, of course, but you can also use it to try different shapes. Like instead of a sine, that's what this sounds like. I can go triangle. You know what I'm saying? A little bit subtle, more subtle, right? Or we can go with a saw, right? Or we can even go really crazy and go with like a square, right? Super crazy. And of course, all of these features are fully automatable inside of your DAW, and you can really get crazy with the filter mod and automation and being able to make all of these things move and go into trying different crazy effects and switching up. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with the filter mod. It's one of my favorite effects inside of V2. So in this section, I want to talk about one of our best new features, which is the MIDI browser, boys and girls. So if I click here on MIDI browser, it pulls up our MIDI player, and you'll find in here hundreds of drum grooves and chord progressions and stuff played by Doobie, glide chords, all kind of stuff. If you buy Peculiar Sounds version 2, you get with it our Gospel Keys Vibes pack. You get our Doobie Powell pack. You also get our Peculiar Sounds chords pack, all included, and a bunch more that's going to be really, really dope. So that all comes free with Peculiar Sounds. We're going to be adding ton more MIDI files to this, because this is just something that nobody's really doing with these type of plugins. Imagine having Omnisphere and being able to get MIDI files with Omnisphere built into it. They don't have it, but we have it in ours. So here you have it, being able to do this. So it's really, really cool. So in the MIDI browser, it's set up pretty simple. You hit the play button. And it'll just loop, you know, around, and you can click on any other groove or vibe. Like if I click on this, and then I can click on another one, and then just start playing that. And as you can see, there's a lot of information. You get the BPM, you get the time signature, you get the number of bars, the key, what it kind of set up for, chords, melody, whatever the case may be that it kind of covers, drums. It's all laid out for you intuitively. But you can also search the MIDI browser just by typing in like anything. Like say if I want Doobie, if I start typing in Doobie, I start getting all the Doobie vibes. Maybe I want something R and B. Then it gives me something R&B, and I can just literally click on like this 90s R&B vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Or maybe I want to search something specific in any of the rows, maybe like a BPM, like 90. And it'll pull up anything that is 90 BPM or has 90s in the name, or maybe a specific key like E flat. You know what I'm saying? Now I get everything that's in E flat. You know what I mean? Or if I want to search something that could be used with a glide pad, then I type in glide. So anything that is glide tagged can be used and can be searched and found in that way. So another dope feature of the MIDI browser is being able to change the octave or the key of a MIDI file. So for instance, if I play this one, say I want to bring this down an octave, I can literally just click this. Or I can bring it up an octave. All options. Or if I want to change the key. Or bring it down low. So because it's MIDI and because it's that, I can put it in any key that I want. If I want to go back to the original key, I just double click and it goes back to original. So I think that's super duper dope. And that's a great feature of the MIDI browser. Last but not least is probably the most important function of the MIDI browser, and that is drag and drop MIDI. So if you go up here into the transport area and you just click and grab this MIDI file, you can easily drag it straight into your DAW for more editing and tweaking inside of the piano roll and being able to manipulate it in more detail. So that, boys and girls, is the MIDI browser, one of the best features inside of Peculiar Sounds V2. And to give you a good taste of what can be done with the MIDI browser, I brought in another one of my friends, none other than Brian Williams, to show you how you can create a vibe using Peculiar Sounds and just the MIDI browser.
We're gonna take a look at Peculiar Sounds V2, and we're just gonna get right to it. Basically, I go to this MIDI browser page, and you have MIDI grooves. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out a groove and go from there. I like that. What's this AirPad doing? got bass grooves, of course. So let's see what we're like. Yeah, I don't need all that. Oh, that's automatic. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, give me another instance of drums here. I'm gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna add something else. Dark mode. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Give me another instance now, bro. Like, this is. Okay. Okay. What you got? You literally can just make a song off of these MIDI grooves. That was wild. Let me quantize that, if I may. Get a bell in there. I said I was gonna do 5. I said I was gonna do only 5, but this joint is sneaking up on me real bad. Done deal. Like, oh man, I love it. This is can't beat it, man. Like,
So let's recap everything that we've talked about today. Peculiar Sounds V2 is an absolute game changer, as you can see. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW, making it the perfect companion for live performances at church, weddings, or any gig. We've enhanced the layering capabilities, making it the core feature of V2. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. Peculiar Sounds is designed to meet the needs of even the most creative producers. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW to kickstart your creativity and streamline your workflow. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. And now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, the price. If you are a V1 user, you can upgrade to V2 today for just $99. And for new customers, we have a special launch offer that you can get it now today for only $199, and that is till July the 4th. And here's something even more dope. If you bought Peculiar Sounds in the last 14 days, and you're like, man, I just bought this thing the other day, and now they dropped V2. Well, guess what? We're gonna give you a very special limited time deal where you can upgrade to V2 for only $49. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update. It's a revolutionary new plugin. And it's made to take your sound design and music production to a whole new level. With standalone mode, the advanced layering, new effects, a comprehensive MIDI browser, and over 400 patches, this is the best plugin that we've ever created. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out today. And we're gonna talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.
Whatever you